Why do people fall in love with you? Have you ever wondered why certain people are so deeply, almost irresistibly drawn to you? Is it truly because of your personality, your looks, or your charm? Or is there something deeper happening beneath the surface? Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century, believed that love is not random. In fact, according to Jung, people fall in love with you for two profound reasons, both of which are rooted in the deepest layers of the human psyche. In this essay, we will explore Jung's fascinating ideas about love, projection, the anima and animus, and why people are magnetically drawn to you, not for who you appear to be on the surface, but for what you represent in their inner world. We will dive deep into the unconscious forces that shape romantic attraction and reveal the two profound reasons why someone truly falls in love with you, reasons that go far beyond surface-level qualities. These reasons reflect the hidden architecture of the human psyche. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the Mental Dose channel and join our Telegram community, where you'll get early access to new videos and insights on personal and spiritual growth. Now, let's get started. We often like to think of love as a magical accident, a spark that ignites unexpectedly. Yet, for Carl Jung, even the most sudden attraction follows a deeper order, an inner logic crafted not by chance, but by the unconscious. What may feel like a spontaneous connection is rarely spontaneous at all. It is actually the visible result of invisible forces, shaped by years of inner development, unprocessed emotion, and unmet needs. Behind every instant bond is a structure, a silent architecture of the psyche that guides us towards certain people and not others. This is where Jung introduces the idea of projection. Each of us carries hidden images within, fragments of who we are, who we were, or who we long to become. These images are often repressed, denied, or lost in the shadows of our unconscious. But they don't disappear. Instead, they wait, and they speak to us through others. When we meet someone who resonates with these inner fragments, we feel drawn to them in a way that feels mysterious or even magical. But it's not always them we are seeing, it's often a part of ourselves reflected in their presence. Imagine a person who has spent their life being cautious, reserved, perhaps even fearful of emotional exposure. When they meet someone who is bold, expressive, and unapologetically free, they may feel captivated. That feeling goes beyond mere admiration, it's resonance. The other person embodies something dormant within the first person, a potential that has been buried under years of suppression. The attraction is real, but the true force behind it is the unconscious responding to what it needs in order to evolve. The same dynamic can occur in reverse. Someone might fall in love with you not because of your visible traits, but because you unknowingly represent something they lack, a trait, a quality, or an emotional tone they have been unconsciously searching for. You become the missing piece, the living symbol of a part of themselves they have not yet developed. Reason 1. You represent something they lack. It's not just about opposites attracting, it's that opposites reveal what is missing. A rational person may be drawn to someone deeply emotional. An introvert may fall in love with an extrovert. A structured soul may be fascinated by someone chaotic. But this admiration can easily slip into dependence if the person does not recognize that what they admire in you is something they could nurture in themselves. They may cling to you, not out of genuine love, but out of an unconscious need. And as soon as that need changes or as soon as your humanity disrupts their idealized image, the attraction may fade. This is the danger of projection. It creates an illusion of connection that often cannot withstand the truth of reality. When the illusion breaks, the love built on it begins to collapse. Jung didn't stop at projection. He took this idea even further with his concept of the anima and animus, archetypal images of the opposite gender that reside deep within the psyche. According to Jung, every man carries within him an unconscious image of the feminine, his anima, while every woman carries within her an unconscious image of the masculine, her animus. These are not random preferences or cultural roles, they are inner figures shaped by our earliest relationships, especially with parental figures, as well as by the collective symbols of femininity and masculinity inherited from culture, myth, and the human psyche itself. Over time, these archetypes become emotionally charged blueprints. We carry them unknowingly, and one day, we may meet someone who seems to fit these images perfectly. When that happens, the attraction can be overwhelming. There is often a deep sense of familiarity, as if we've known this person forever, even if we've only just met. It can feel like destiny, soul recognition, or some ancient memory being reawakened. But Jung would caution us, this is not fate. It is not evidence of cosmic soulmates. It is the psyche seeing its own internal design reflected in another human being. The anima and animus are not just idealized images of the opposite sex, they represent something deeper. The anima represents the unconscious feminine aspects of the male psyche, while the animus represents the unconscious masculine aspects of the female psyche. These archetypes are often formed during childhood, influenced by interactions with parents and caregivers. They shape how we relate to the opposite sex and can also influence the type of partner we feel drawn to. As we go through life, we may meet someone who embodies these inner figures, and the attraction we feel is not always about them, but about the part of us they represent. For instance, a woman may be drawn to a man who exudes confidence and strength because these qualities represent aspects of her own masculine energy that she has yet to fully embrace. Similarly, a man may be attracted to a woman who is nurturing and intuitive because these qualities represent his own repressed feminine side. In conclusion, according to Carl Jung, love is not random or accidental. It is the result of unconscious forces at work, forces that guide us towards certain individuals who reflect parts of ourselves that we may not even be aware of. People fall in love with us because we represent something they need to develop within themselves, something that has been hidden in the depths of their psyche. This love, although powerful and real, is not always about the person we fall for, but rather about what they symbolize for us and the potential they represent for our own personal growth and evolution. Reason 2, you awaken a powerful unconscious image they've carried within. You resemble an image they've carried for years, maybe not exactly in looks or behavior, but in essence. You activate an internal pattern that stirs up powerful emotions. This is why the connection feels immediate and irrational. It's not about you, it's about the symbol you've become in their inner world. But here lies the problem. When someone falls in love with an inner image projected onto you, they're not truly seeing you. They are seeing a fantasy, a sacred idea, a psychological construction. You become the screen on which a projection, written long before you arrived, is cast. And as soon as the real you begins to emerge, with all your flaws, contradictions, and human nature, the fantasy begins to crumble. What once felt divine now becomes confusing. What once seemed perfect now feels complicated. Conflicts arise, and disappointment follows. The illusion collapses under the weight of truth. This is why so many passionate relationships begin with euphoria but end in chaos. They are not based on mutual understanding or genuine connection. Instead, they are rooted in archetypal projection, a subconscious script trying to play out in the real world. But no human being can live up to an archetype forever. When this projection occurs, the person falling in love is not truly aware of what they're doing. They're in love with a version of you that exists only in their mind. This is why relationships based on such projections often falter when reality sets in. The real you, with all your imperfections and complexities, is eventually revealed, and the fantasy world they've created begins to collapse. It's like watching a beautiful dream shatter as the person realizes that what they thought was perfect is, in fact, much more human than they expected. The key to sustaining a healthy and lasting relationship is moving beyond projections. True love occurs when both individuals are able to see and accept each other as they truly are, flaws and all. When the projection fades, the relationship can evolve into something deeper and more genuine. The person must let go of the idealized version of their partner and learn to love the real person, with all the messiness, growth, and challenges that come with being human. Before we continue, I truly hope you're finding this insightful. If so, don't forget to share it with anyone who might benefit from these ideas. And if you'd like to support the Mental Dose channel and the work we do, you can leave a donation by clicking the thanks button just below. Your support means the world to us. Now, let's continue.